Hey there guys, this is Richard, your host with another marvelous video. The Mortal Kombat series is renowned for its intricate character roster and convoluted timeline. Among the original characters from the 1992 release, Shang Tsung is a central figure who could be considered as the linchpin of the series, owing to his role as the host of the Mortal Kombat tournament. As a primary antagonist, Tsung stands as one of the chief adversaries for the main protagonist, Liu Kang. If you weren't clear on the concept, Mortal Kombat's narrative revolves around the Mortal Kombat tournament, where a winning streak of 10 victories grants the realm of the champion the ability to conquer other realms. Fighters from various realms, especially Earthrealm, gather to vie for this honor, with the added incentive of gaining slowed aging and immortality until the next tournament. Conversely, Outworld, brutally ruled by Shao Kahn, is home to many of the series' villains, including Shang Tsung, who resides there as a non-native. As a soul-stealing sorcerer, he's a well-known character in the franchise, serving as the main or subsidiary antagonist for a substantial portion of the ongoing series. In his initial appearance, Shang Tsung was the host of the traditional Mortal Kombat tournament on his island, debuting in the first game. He played the role of the final antagonist in the inaugural installment and became a playable character in the second game, serving as a sub-boss under Shao Kahn. Navigating encounters with Shang Tsung is always a high-stakes endeavor, as he's the embodiment of cunning, treachery, and deviousness, earning him the ire of many. Throughout his tenure, Shang Tsung has accumulated a host of enemies, yet he continues to outmaneuver them with his masterful stratagems. In this video, we'll be covering all the physiological feats that make this character stand out as a daring adversary in all of the series. So, without wasting another moment, let's get right into it. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Who is Shang Tsung? Shang Tsung's origin is quite ambiguous, with various sources suggesting he may have hailed from Outworld, although his essence was somehow tied to Earthrealm. Cursed by his deities, he possessed the ability not only to kill his enemies, but also to consume their souls, granting him access to their memories and knowledge. Shang Tsung initially rose to prominence by becoming the Grand Champion of the Mortal Kombat tournament, but this title was eventually stripped away by the great Kung Lao. Shang Tsung's return years later, now visibly aged, marked a turning point, as he allied with Shao Kahn, Outworld's ruler, aiming to secure a winning streak in Mortal Kombat, which would weaken dimensional gates and enable Kahn's conquest of Earth. To achieve this, Shang Tsung made contact with another sorcerer named Quan Chi, who sought Shinnok's amulet. Now, Tsung, having consumed the great warrior monk Kung Lao's soul, already knew where the amulet was. So, in exchange for a couple of favors, Tsung gave away the amulet's location but concealed the temple's entry restrictions from Quan Chi. Over 500 years, with Goro remaining undefeated, Shang Tsung tightened his grip on the tournament, becoming its sole Grand Master and moving it to his private island, a place existing between Earth and Outworld. He also encountered Kenshi, manipulating the swordsman by releasing his ancestors' souls and blinding him. During the 10th Mortal Kombat tournament, the pivotal battle that would allow Shao Kahn to conquer Earth, Liu Kang defeated Goro, ending the winning streak. Now, Shang Tsung, challenged by Liu Kang, was defeated again and fled to Outworld. There, he persuaded Shao Kahn to challenge Earthrealm to Mortal Kombat in Outworld, a scheme that ultimately served as a diversion for Kahn's grand plan, resurrecting Queen Sindel. And as Sindel's resurrection unfolded, Shang Tsung played a key role, aided by Quan Chi and Shinnok. However, Sindel's return occurred in Earthrealm, allowing Shao Kahn to temporarily merge it with Outworld. Despite gaining more power, Tsung lost to Liu Kang once more, and with Kahn's defeat, he reluctantly retreated to Outworld, where he was imprisoned and tormented. Years later, Shang Tsung formed another alliance with Quan Chi, aiming to revive the Dragon King's army and harness the power of the Solnado. This alliance led to the formation of the Deadly Alliance, but to proceed, they actually needed to eliminate Shao Kahn and Liu Kang. Over time, Shang Tsung's appearance has undergone notable transformations throughout the Mortal Kombat series. Clad in blue and yellow robes, Tsung always carried a sword and was initially presented as an elderly man with pale skin, thinning white hair, a beard, a mustache, and long fingernails. However, in Mortal Kombat 2, Shao Kahn granted him renewed youth, rejuvenating his skin to a natural hue and replacing his white hair with long black locks. His eyes remained white, and he donned yellow and black attire. In later iterations, like Deadly Alliance, he adopted a distinctive red uniform and was depicted with pupils in his brown eyes. Now, Mortal Kombat 11 reintroduced both his older and younger forms. His older appearance received a slight redesign, while his youthful form mirrored his look from the 1995 live-action movie, featuring a similar hairstyle and a clean-shaven face. Additionally, one of his alternate costumes paid homage to his movie appearance. Notably, his older form in Mortal Kombat 11 had visible pupils instead of entirely white eyes. Why does he need a soul? What transformations occur within his body? As we've established by now, Shang Tsung consumes the souls of his defeated opponents, which is apparently a necessity for his continued existence. Now, this is not exactly a blessing, but a curse, because without this grim necessity, he'd rapidly age and meet his demise. This power grants him not only their life force, but also the capacity to shapeshift into them, assimilating their combat skills and memories. It even allows him to assume the forms of others, even without consuming their souls. So, naturally, Tsung's ultimate quest revolves around finding or creating an infinite source of souls to achieve permanent immortality. Remarkably skilled in black magic and sorcery, his attacks predominantly harness the element of fire, akin to his rival Liu Kang, but his fire-based manifestations often carry a theme inspired by serpents and dragons. Endowed with superhuman attributes such as strength, speed, and endurance, Shang Tsung's power magnifies with each soul he devours. Even in his elderly form, he remains a powerful adversary capable of holding his own against fighters like Liu Kang. His metamorphic prowess enables him to replicate his opponent's abilities, adding another layer to his combat versatility. In addition to these powers, Shang Tsung commands teleportation and possesses a limited ability to manipulate the deceased, a fitting extension of his soul-centric abilities.
Now, magic this potent is expensive. And I am sure you're asking yourselves, can I afford it?
Did Shang Tsung's magic potions in Mortal Kombat 1 really work? Rewinding into the scene, we see a pretty old Shang Tsung with a long white beard, graying hair, and wrinkled face. He stood right in the middle of the market as the crowd heard him singing praises of a certain magic elixir whose potency can cure even the most fatal diseases. Now, the entire village is drawn toward his magic potion, even if it is too expensive. According to Tsung, it would make their quality of life significantly better. But everything goes haywire when an unhappy patron barges in, screaming and accusing Shang Tsung of being a fraud and a con man. Apparently, this man's daughter was on her deathbed when Tsung offered them the potion in return for everything this farmer had. So, the farmer gave up everything in the hopes of saving his daughter, and just after a few days, she passed. Even if Shang Tsung denied all accusations, the man threw away his potion, calling it fake because he had it verified by an imperial mage and the potion had no magic in it, apart from being a vial of Borjiang tea. Naturally, the villagers gather around him and Shang Tsung gets brutally lynched by the mob, barely making it out alive. At night, we see a beaten-up Shang Tsung sitting on the steps of his caravan, tending his wounds, and suddenly a clump of grey hair falls off, making it clear that his age and his looks were all a ruse to market himself as a kind old man who's wise enough to acquire the necessary knowledge needed to make healing magic potions. Shang Tsung's serpentine sorcery, forging a massive cobra at will. Much like his rival Liu Kang, Shang Tsung is closely linked to the element of fire, employing it in various forms in combat. He can project flaming skull-shaped projectiles toward his adversaries, and has the remarkable ability to conjure a colossal fiery cobra of destruction. This intimidating cobra, as showcased in Deception's opening cinematic, has proven powerful enough to even overcome Raiden. While the early concept sketches have hinted at a hidden demonic form, it's been wholly established that Shang Tsung is a human of Chinese origin, bestowed with sorceress abilities by Shao Kahn. Notably, a recurring motif in his character design involves cobras. He morphs into a cobra for his animality in Mortal Kombat 3, and uses a giant flaming cobra made out of literal hellfire in multiple instances, including an intro in Mortal Kombat 11 and during the Aftermath story mode to fend off Cetrion. Even in Mortal Kombat 2011, his main outfit had cobra motifs embroidered on his belt, back, and shoulder, underscoring his regal and enigmatic persona. Does he have the ability to resurrect himself? In the 1995 Mortal Kombat film, Liu Kang, once a dedicated warrior monk who abandoned his temple in refusal to participate in the tournament, now carries the weight of regret and vengeance on his shoulders. His younger brother, Chan Kang, stepped into the training and path Liu Kang rejected. Tragically, a few days before Mortal Kombat, Chan meets his demise at the malevolent hands of Shang Tsung. This devastating loss fuels Liu Kang's unquenchable thirst for retribution. Driven by grief and anger, he embarks on a relentless quest to locate and confront the sinister sorcerer, willing to pay any price to avenge his brother's untimely death. The stage is set for a fierce and deeply personal battle between these two adversaries, where Liu Kang's burning desire for justice collides with Shang Tsung's malevolence in a brutal showdown. When Liu Kang duels with Shang Tsung, they engage in an adrenaline-pumping combat, till the very end when Kang orders Tsung to surrender. The latter goes charging, throwing kicks and punches at Liu Kang like there's no tomorrow. In the climactic confrontation, Liu Kang channels his inner power and unleashes a devastating energy bolt, sending Shang Tsung hurtling through the air, ultimately impaling him on a deadly bed of spikes. As Tsung's life force ebbs away, a profound release takes place, and the captive souls he'd imprisoned are set free. Among them is Chan's spirit, liberated from its torment. In a poignant moment, Chan's ethereal presence reaches out to Liu Kang, assuring him that they'll never truly be apart. Chan promises to remain by his brother's side in spirit until the day they're reunited in the afterlife. Now, in the 1996 Mortal Kombat Defender of the Realm series, Episode 9, titled Resurrection, it begins with Shao Kahn's hooded minions bringing a sack of skeleton at his feet. Another minion brings out a vial of potion, which is apparently an ancient formula created by the Shadow Priests. All he did was pour a few drops of that potion on the skeleton, and in a moment, the skeleton takes the form of a human body, ultimately resurrecting Shang Tsung. After the resurrection is complete, Shao Kahn gives Shang Tsung one final chance to make things right and bestows upon him a potent sphere imbued with control over the fundamental elements of nature: fire, water, wind, and earth. Shang Tsung proves to be the ideal candidate for this malevolent task, as the sphere's magical power thrives on the wickedness of its master. With this newfound elemental might, Shang Tsung becomes a frightening force, manipulating the very forces of nature to sow chaos and destruction. He engineers various natural disasters, weakening the all-powerful Thunder God Raiden and entrapping Earth's valiant defenders, leaving them unable to offer assistance. However, even in his diminished state, Raiden embodies the indomitable spirit of good, ultimately prevailing over Shang Tsung's sinister machinations and defeating him by severing the sphere's connection to his malevolent influence, banishing it into the vast expanse of space. So, to answer this question in short, unless Shao Kahn resurrects this malevolent sorcerer, there's almost no chance of him coming back to life. Can he teleport? Yep, Shang Tsung can efficiently teleport himself, as witnessed in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. He demonstrated the power to teleport through pools of fire. Shang Tsung's affinity for fire extends into his mastery of sorcery and black magic, allowing him to manipulate fire for various arcane purposes, including creating portals as seen in Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. This dude is literally renowned as the master of teleportation, shape-shifting, and other forms of nefarious magic arts. Does Shang Tsung possess a demon form? Among the elaborate roster of characters in the Mortal Kombat series, Shang Tsung has undergone some of the most notable transformations. After his initial defeat as an elderly sorcerer in the first Mortal Kombat game, Shao Kahn resurrected him in a younger form for Mortal Kombat 2. This resurrected version of Shang Tsung was portrayed as his 19-year-old self. Shao Kahn's purpose for this transformation was to enlist Shang Tsung's aid in the conquest of Earthrealm and the resurrection of Queen Sindel. However, the most intriguing aspect of Shang Tsung's transformations lies in an unused concept. According to Mortal Kombat co-creator John Tobias, Shang Tsung was originally conceived to possess a true form resembling a twisted demon. Now, this form never actually made it into the official games or became a part of the canonical Mortal Kombat lore, but it did provide significant insight into Shang Tsung's shape-shifting abilities and his ability to unleash flaming skull projectiles. How old is Shang Tsung, really? As the most prominent antagonist within the Mortal Kombat franchise, Shang Tsung boasts an age far surpassing any mortal being. While his exact age remains a mystery, fans widely speculate that he's lived for thousands of years. Over the decade, this skilled shapeshifter has played a crucial role in serving Shao Kahn as his trusted advisor, and his intriguing alliance with Quan Chi has added depth to the franchise's intricate storyline. Although his height is commonly estimated to be around 6 feet, there's no official data available to confirm that detail either. Use of Shang Tsung's flesh pits. The arena, known as Shang Tsung's flesh pits, is a distinctive locale featured in the Mortal Kombat 2011 game, a notable installment in the Mortal Kombat franchise. While the exact origins and original reason behind the flesh pits remain shrouded in mystery, it's pretty evident that the pits were utilized for the creation of various creatures, likely intended to serve the desires of Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn. Among the notable characters that emerged from within the pits to participate in Mortal Kombat were Meat, initially a hidden character in Mortal Kombat 4, who later became an official character in Mortal Kombat Armageddon; Melina, who was confirmed within her biography in the 2011 Mortal Kombat game; and Scarlet, a creation infused with sorcery and warrior blood, serving as one of Shao Kahn's enforcers. Additionally, the Flesh Pit's mutant, a failed experiment guarding all the souls entrapped in the crypt, was another product of Shang Tsung's endeavors. Following Shang Tsung's downfall, the Flesh Pits located on his private island found a new purpose in the twisted rituals of Havoc, the cleric of chaos, who harnessed the tainted blood blood magic connected to the Kamidogu daggers. In addition to this, Havoc also employed the Flesh Pits to revive Reiko, the Outworld General, using the Blood Code to empower him. Now, in Mortal Kombat 11, Kotal Khan opened up to Jade, who was apparently time displaced. He vented how Shao Kahn had betrayed him, leading to his capture, torture, and experimentation within Shang Tsung's Flesh Pits. His eventual escape from that hellhole only came after the sorcerer's demise. Overall, the hidden location of the Flesh Pits within Shang Tsung's lab served as the heart of the sorcerer's macabre pursuits, fusing science with dark magic in his quest for mastering over death. These nightmarish experiments, whether active or dormant, remained a disturbing testament to the extent of his dark ambitions.
Your soul will be mine, and then his.
Can he reproduce? Does he have any kids? Originally, Shang Tsung was depicted as a solitary sorcerer without any romantic entanglements. Throughout his run, Tsung was characterized as a lone figure who remained indifferent to matters of the heart. However, in the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie, there was a portrayal of Shang Tsung expressing a desire for Sonya to become his queen, though interpretations vary as some argue that he kidnapped her simply because she was an easy target. Now, in Mortal Kombat 11, the malevolent sorcerer was seen flirting with Sonya and even engaged in a flirtation exchange with Jackie. It's definitely worth noting that the early development of the Mortal Kombat series involved a character named Shang Lao, who was intended to be the father of another character called Kitsune. Now, Kitsune was designed as a princess archetype, meant to be the spoils of victory for the tournament's winner. Her storyline was planned to involve a romantic connection with Liu Kang, leading to her eventual betrayal of her father. Ultimately, the Kitsune character didn't make it into the final game, but her concept influenced the creation of Kitana. Interestingly enough, the character of Shang Lao also didn't become a part of the main series. Instead, the character evolved into the sorcerer Shang Tsung, although he's definitely not Kitana's father. So, Shang Tsung still embodies the Chinese sorcerer archetype within the Mortal Kombat universe. And now, coming to the main part, although he's a loner, there might be some positive affirmations toward Shang Tsung's ability to reproduce. But he sure as hell does not have any kids in the Mortal Kombat universe. Is he immortal? As discussed before, Shang Tsung can remain alive by replenishing his body by consuming souls from time to time. So, as long as he has an endless supply of souls, Shang Tsung can be marked as an immortal sorcerer. But without any souls to fuel his existence, he'll swiftly age, shrink into a skeletal bone, and of course, die. Now, as seen in the aftermath of Mortal Kombat 11, when Shang Tsung delivered a dire warning to Liu Kang that to wield Kronika's hourglass effectively, he needed her magical crown, because without it, the very fabric of reality was at risk. Unfortunately, their final confrontation led to the destruction of Kronika's crown. In a desperate bid to salvage the situation, Shang Tsung proposed a plan to send himself, Fujin, and Nightwolf into events from the past to seize the crown. After a private discussion with Fujin, Liu Kang reluctantly agreed. Their journey led them to a pivotal moment when Kitana had usurped Shao Kahn as the ruler of Outworld. Shang Tsung's elaborate scheme involved kidnapping Sindel's revenant and resurrecting her, anticipating her role in the impending conflict against Cetrion. Despite a few complications, the plan appeared to be on track, and trust between the heroes and Shang Tsung grew. However, Shang Tsung and Sindel were secretly plotting together. They orchestrated the rescue of Shao Kahn, altering the course of the war. As allies like Shiva, Kung Lao, and Kotal Khan fell victim to Shao Kahn's resurgence, in a shocking twist, Shang Tsung assumed the guise of Raiden, duping Fujin into surrendering the crown. With the power of the crown, Shang Tsung absorbed the souls of Fujin and Raiden before betraying his other allies. He even absorbed the souls of Shao Kahn and Sindel, amassing all the power needed to confront Kronika. But just as Shang Tsung seemed to be on the verge of triumph, the god of fire and thunder, Liu Kang, emerged from a portal. It became evident that Liu Kang had orchestrated these events, allowing his allies to take the fall, all in pursuit of a greater plan. In a climactic battle, Liu Kang emerged victorious, ultimately reducing Shang Tsung to dust. Marvelous verdict. In conclusion, Shang Tsung is undeniably one of the most iconic and coveted antagonists in the Mortal Kombat franchise. Apart from his ability to steal souls, shapeshift, and wield dark magic, it's his scheming skills and nefarious intellect which actually makes him such an intriguing adversary. Mortal Kombat 11's DLC brought Shang Tsung to life in a way that delighted longtime fans, one-upping his malevolent charm and cunning plots. As the Mortal Kombat universe continues to evolve, fans eagerly anticipate what lies ahead for Shang Tsung, because we sure sure as hell hope this guy makes a swift comeback after his end in Mortal Kombat 12. His deceitful ways and complex character have made him a beloved and enduring figure in the world of video game villains. Whether he returns as a foe or takes on a different role in future installments, one thing is for certain: Shang Tsung's legacy in the Mortal Kombat saga is far from over, and fans can only hope for more of his captivating presence in the games to come. So, now that we've reached the very end of this video, what are your thoughts on this treacherous villain? Please leave your opinions in the comment box below.